Alright, fix the camera. Guys, let's go ahead and just go straight into it. Let's lock in because I feel like we're already missing something here. So, switch the screen. Okay, here we go. Alright, we are back. We are ready to go. So, um, man, I actually do think I actually kind of missed something because I was trying to fix that. So maybe I need to get on the stream a little bit earlier. But what I was seeing is, look at how S&P makes a higher high and Nasdaq makes a lower low, right? Or actually, Nasdaq makes a higher low too, but wait. No. Nasdaq does make a lower low. Okay. So you see how this is S&T, right? So this is confirming that this is bottom of a possible buy model, right? So S&T here, S&T, higher low, lower low. And this occurs within this gap. So 15-minute gap here. So now we're looking at a 15-minute, 1 minute model, right? We're looking at the 1 minute. Yeah, we definitely possibly missed something here. Look at how this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's okay. Once again, we're going into the market's defensive today. It's not that big a deal. But here's how I kind of see this, right? Accumulation. All this is just the market's generating liquidity, right? Accumulation. Manipulation with S&T. Hey, what up, Rodrigo? So right now we're just observing price action, getting our bias, and I'm framing this model because to me it seems pretty obvious, right? Accumulated all through here, swept out this low with S&T. So this is, in my opinion, this is the manipulation, and then change in state of delivery. Let's see if we measure this out. Yeah. So I don't know what to say about that other than I don't know if there was opportunity in here. Yeah, like I said, it's really not that big a deal. I don't think we missed really anything, to be honest. I know that we are, distributing as part of this, but in reality, like, could we have gotten to be part of that move higher? Like, I'm not entirely sure if we could have. So it's not that big a deal. But yeah, accumulation, manipulation. I guess this is also a 1 hour gap. I guess it's not. Oh, never mind. It's a 1 hour order block. Or 1 hour breaker block. Yeah, this might actually be better as a 5 minute change in state of delivery. Let's see what happens if we measure this out like this. Okay, yeah. Now we're talking. Look at, okay, yeah. This is definitely what's going on. Look at this. When you see the market backtest like this and then it aggressively expands off of it, you know it's like, okay, well, market's probably running on this. Here we go. So I think we'll go up to the second standard deviation. There we go. I need to get my accounts open, just in case we do get something. I don't know if we will, because we've kind of started expanding, but which screen can you see? You can see this one, so I'm good to log in on this account, or on this screen. Finally, I can start to feel myself wake up here. But yeah, this was a very clear buy model. Could there have been something within here? Possibly. Is it the end of the world? No. In the future, could I get on a little earlier to map things out a little better? Possibly. Is it, like I said, is it the end of the world? No. It's not. Especially on a No News Monday. Like, you just gotta realize, like, trading is all about being defensive. Like, if I go into the market and I only take 3 trades a month, but all those trades are just super obvious, super simple one-to-ones, copy traded across all my accounts, and I make sure that the highest probability one-to-ones I could possibly get, I'm beating the person who, you know, is coming into the market every single day trying to trade and barely has a break-even win rate. And so you have to realize trading is so much about quality over quantity and just coming into the market being defensive. Not necessarily thinking you have to take a trade, but just looking at the market objectively and saying, is there opportunity here today or is there not opportunity here today? And yeah. So let's see if I can 1 account, 2 account, 3 account, 6. So I'll be trading 9 as usual. That's what I've been doing. Not 9 of my eval, not 9 of my funded accounts, but just 9 contracts because I'm doing 6 on an eval and 1 for each of the 3 fundeds that I'm trading. 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is, in my opinion, this is actually better mapped out, more clean as a 1 hour breaker. See how, like, this is like an obvious, this is a good breaker to use because look at how this is the breaker before this, like this pop below an old low. See how this right here, this breaker is just perfectly placed before we go pop and then back up. I like this 1 hour breaker a lot. I think this one is actually a good breaker to use. So then, yeah, 1 hour breaker, and then 5 minute change in state here. Not all the time will I use breaker as the higher time frame level, but I do think that this is a good example of when to use a breaker. Because, I mean, it was an obvious breaker. So you can see now we're reacting off of that. Oh, wow, we went way high. Yeah, so we have to be observing the current moment. Like, what is happening right now, right? Have we made the first presented for value gap yet? No, we have not. So we have yet to make the first presented for value gap. So we still got opportunity with that. Where's our overnight gap? Do we have one? Not seeing anything obvious. Do you guys see RTH gap? This is the only one I see, and that one we already used. Looks like there's not anything obvious. Yeah, this was... Yeah, so there's no obvious RTH gaps. Unfortunate, because it's nice to use those for bias. So I'm prepared for whatever we end up getting here. Like, if we end up flipping around the other way, that's fine. But... we do have good generated highs here. It's a matter of, are we going to go run them now or not, right? So yeah, it's okay to come into the market defensive. It's okay to come into the market saying, I don't need to take a trade in price action that I'd be forcing a trade in. Right now, for me, I'd probably feel, it just feels like I'd be forcing something, and I don't need to force anything right now. So my computer feels slow right now. So, I mean, it's very clear to me that there's a bigger model running than the one that I just framed, right? You see how, I mean, this is the bottom of a much larger model. Yeah, look at... I'm not sure what to use for the key level, though, is the only thing. So I'm going to get rid of this for now, because it's kind of like the model's old news. Now we just have to play what's the market going to do next. London sweeps out Asia's lows. I think it's high probability this is a London reversal New York expansion day because we take out Asia's lows. Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's just London low of the day. Hello, why is my computer being so slow? That's not good. Yeah, it's not good that my computer's being so slow. I could do analysis on my phone if needed. I might do some analysis on my phone because the computer's being slow. So this 5-minute gap, okay, this 5-minute gap is important because we could end up getting flow state off of it to continue higher. Yeah, you can see we're getting SMT now. Oh, let's look at our levels. Let's look at our time levels. Those are important. Right? We're below 9:30. We're below 9:30. We just tapped 8:30. Midnight. We've already manipulated below midnight. That's something we already wanted to see. Right? So I think we need to dip below 8:30. Personally, I think that that's probably what the market's going to need to do. Because I think we are having an expansion day. Where we make a London low of the day and then New York continues. Very common. Yeah, I think this will be turtle soup. Unless it doesn't make a lower low. Well, actually, yeah, here we go. We'll see. Yeah, here we had 9:30. We have a 15-minute gap here. Now we are forming SMT with this. But like I said, I kind of need to be defensive today because one, my computer was slow for some reason. Two, yeah, I haven't done all the pre-market analysis I need to, or I would have liked to. So it's interesting because we're leaving this liquidity, right? We're leaving this liquidity. See how we're still generating these highs? So the market's leaving this for later. Alright, I think my computer's being a little faster now, which is good. We have a new week opening gap right here. Hey, okay, we're below midnight with SMT. This is a giant signature and price that you want to see happen like over and over again. Like you'll see this happen where we'll go below midnight, right? We have midnight here. London swept Asia's lows, and now we have SMT. So this is something that you'll see in price action over and over and over again. Yeah, 5 minute gap here. I'm wondering if we have 30-second change in state. We do. We do have 30-second change in state. Alright, so I liked this 30-second change in state right here off of this 5 minute gap. If we get this inversion, I would maybe consider just taking it, targeting, 1-to-1 and then 2-to-1 and then 3-to-1, but I don't know. I liked this 30-second change of state of delivery. This 30-second change, this 30-second inversion is nice, but you just have to be okay with front running, and I don't know if I like that idea. But we do have S&T. Yeah, I think this inversion, this 30-second inversion is nice. I would wait for the highest time frame one to be inversed here. The only thing is I hate simple inversions like this because like when they fail I just I get upset. But I think that we did manipulate below midnight, right? Clear accumulation, manipulation. I don't want to do something dumb. Like I said, I'm being defensive today. Two-minute inverse. Yeah, I think if we'll get the Jan entry, I'll take this. I don't want to take the regular entry. I just don't feel like it. 34 seconds. Yeah, this is nice because you can't anticipate this higher gap to be broken. Okay, I'm going to put a limit order in. Okay, I'm going to put a limit order in. For 4. This is good, guys. What I'm doing is I'm taking the Jan entry. So I'm not going to enter this unless we retrace. That's just my own personal risk preference. And because I'm just trying to be defensive today. So if we retrace into this BPR, I'm going to have a limit order. And my stop loss is going to go below midnight. So, yeah, 3 contracts. Alright, I'm going to put a limit order for 9 times 3, so 27. And I'm going to put it right where it's supposed to go, 22,903. So I'm going to switch my screen. Room tour. This is my old Washington room. It's kind of a little ridiculous. So I'm going to go, 22,903. And then, stop loss at 22,871. And then, let's zoom in the lower time frame chart here. So, see, this is why I didn't want to take the regular entry. I just don't trust it. Okay, where are we? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do If we hit this high, TP1 and break even. And then here we'll do TP2. I see you got better at trading, bro. Just that one trade. But yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in. Yeah, so this, if we had it here, we would have got filled. I'm not upset I didn't get filled. If we go get filled, that's great. If we don't, then I don't care, right? Because I'm playing defensive today right now. I'm okay if I don't get filled. I do think if we got a retracement into that BPR after the inversion, I think that'd be good. But once again, yeah, this is how I would take this, to be honest, and I'd go all off there. But I don't know if we're gonna get it. Because I love this manipulation below midnight, right? We get this manipulation below midnight. How often do you see us not expand at least to this high? Alright, I do like... Oh, I like this 3-minute inversion right here. I like how we inverse the 3-minute. Oh, you used to talk to me when I was like very first learning? Oh, that's funny. Alright, we might actually get filled here. So this is why patience is key. Like, I'm okay with... Because this is a really high quality trade. I'm just entering on a retrace. And so the model's still valid. I'm just, you know... I'm going for a little bit extra RR with a conservative, very conservative entry, and I think this is really good if we get filled for this. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see. Might even go TP1 and break even in the middle of this wick. I guess we have 3 contracts, huh? So I could do 1, 2. I could even do a runner for this high. Alright, we might get filled. You never know, we might get filled. But once again, this 3-minute did inverse, right? You can see clearly this 3-minute inverse. So this is a valid trade on the 3-minute. So I'm entering on a retrace to the BPR. Alright, that was an instantaneous reaction there. That's where I should have had my entry. That's okay. So yeah, this 3-minute is valid. It's nice. I could do runner here. So, yeah, let's do this. So TP1 and break even. Okay, this is how I'm going to do this. Let's see if we get filled. We're like so close to getting filled. Alright, I just got filled.
Order filled.
So we will see how this goes, if we go higher or if we don't. So I could do, once we hit TP2, I'll trail here. And then yeah, so basically once this hits, I'm at break even with my stop loss. Once this hits, actually, I think I might just take all off at TP2. No, we'll leave a runner. We'll leave a runner. If this continues, we'll see. Yeah, like this. Let's go! W, bro. Very nice. Very, very nice. I might even go break even at this year. No, I'll just keep it as is. It's fine. Okay, let's put sell orders in here. So TP1, one contract, 22,930. So 22,930. I'm gonna do another one here. 22,944. Or actually, no, yeah, that's fine. And then I think last one off here. Oh, like this. So once this hits if this hits first thing here, I'm gonna go break even on the other two. So I'm prepared for that if we hit it. There we go. Break even.
Order filled.
Alright, there we go. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Now we can chill out. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Javier. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So we'll see if these continue to hit the other TPs or not. Tomorrow I will trade Wednesday and Thursday, not Friday. Bet. Sounds great, bro. Sounds great. Let's go. So yeah, TP1's hit. We're cool with whatever. If it hits break even or not, we don't really care. TP1 just got hit, so yeah. Stop at break even is in. Risk free. These are the best kinds of trades, dude. These are the best kinds of trades. So we'll see. We're getting closer to TP2, which is cool. But to be determined if we actually hit it. I mean, I could theoretically take all off at. Nah, I'm just gonna do it like this. Scaling out, I feel like, is always the best way to go. You know, it's never all or nothing. It's all probabilities. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go only all out at the final TP. Like, bro, trading is probabilities. Take the probabilities. Don't feel like it has to be all or nothing, because it doesn't. It's never all or nothing. I think we should go run those highs, though. I think that's a very probable outcome. So we'll just have to see. Thanks, Snowman. I got a nice short at the opening, so I won't trade again, especially because no one is on 8. Yeah, I'm going to be done for the day. Just went into the day defensive today. Saw that we got that 3-minute inversion. Didn't like taking it on the close, but I took it on a retrace. And, yeah. I thought that was a great trade, dude. So we'll see if these other TPs get hit or if they get break even. Either way, I'm cool. But this is how I'm taking the trade. Right? I'm going to be trailing it. I'm going to be trailing TP2 if we hit this, because once we hit TP2, I don't think we're going... Like, we shouldn't slow down to hit TP3, you know? We should not slow down to hit TP3. So if we hit TP2, I'm trailing it to here. We really should not slow down at TP2 going to TP3. Good night, random guy. See you later. So yeah, like I said, once this hits, I'm trailing the last one. If this hits, if very big if 22,927. Once again, trading's probabilities. I'm not caring about anything other than the probabilities. So. So you can see exactly how I'm taking this right here. So once we hit that line, TP2, that'll be my TP2. I could leave it to go run up to here, but I don't think that's necessary. First percent for value up being held. Yeah, I'll trail my stop below this low. Nah, I'm gonna take the trade as I planned it. It's fine. Nah, I take trades as I plan them. Very choppy. Looks like you could be right, Haney. Maybe I'll get lucky here, though. Okay, stop on the final con is going to go in right away. Probably go pretty aggressive stop because we really should not slow down. So...
Order filled.
Actually, I'll just put it exactly where it's supposed to go. 927. Okay, there we go. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. Whoops. So we'll see if that gets hit or not. This is supposed to be at 22,955. This is too high. It's supposed to be right there. Actually, on the eval, I kind of want to leave it to go run, to just let it try and pass it. So actually, I'm just gonna replace this with a trailing stop right as we get close to it. So instead of TP, I'm gonna replace this. Okay. Actually, no, I'll just exit. I'll just take the trade as planned.
Order filled.
It's just ridiculous not to take the trade as planned. Okay. Boom. Alright, yeah, that's good. Alright, bet. Let's go. Good trade. Yeah, and I knew we were going to keep going. It's okay. Yeah. Now I'm starting to feel regret that I didn't do that, but that's okay. No, you can't ever feel regret about a good trade, bro. You can't ever feel regret about a good trade. Like, I just gotta be like, dude, that was sick. That was great. Okay, yeah, I took it exactly as planned. I didn't do anything dumb. I just did it exactly as I wanted to do it. And boom. Let's go, guys. Let's go. W. So, for those who don't know why I did it like this, right? We inversed the 3 minute. We got higher time from SMT delivering from a fair value gap. I like this 3 minute inverse, but I have screen time to know so many times if we inverse this 3 minute and we leave a BPR below, we're going to go to that BPR. So I took this as a retrace entry after we got the inversion instead of just entering right on the inversion. Because, dude, so many times, like, you don't know how many times we'll inverse this and then go in drawdown and then expand. And I've seen this happen so many times, just like, especially when we leave a clean BPR like that. So I just put a limit order at the BPR in case we did get a retrace. and we did. And then all TPs got hit. Thanks, Jackson. Oh, you can't see my screen, guys. You can't see my screen. So, like I said, we get SMT with this low, very obvious accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So you can see how, right, we're ranging here. Yeah, sorry guys. Very obvious accumulation. Accumulation. We manipulate this low. Key thing that I really liked about this is we get SMT below midnight. Guys, this is one of the biggest confluences you can have for the entire day. When we get SMT below midnight, that is like the biggest secret hand of the market that it's going to reveal to you. The SMT below midnight is going to reveal like the entire expansion for the day. So we get SMT below midnight, below the accumulation. I see we inverse this 3-minute gap, and so typically you can enter on a 3-minute inverse. But the RR on this is terrible, 0.8 to 1. I'm not taking that. I didn't like the RR, so I was like, if we get a retrace into the BPR, then fine, I'll take it, because I like this SMT below midnight. And so, yeah, like I said, RR on this isn't that great. But then if I take it on a retrace, okay, I can get better RR, and I think that's a more reasonable trade. So then that's what I did, and then TPs all got hit. So, boom. Good trade. And like I said, my instinct that I was thinking where I wanted to just, you know how I was thinking about replacing this with the trailing stop? Yeah, you can see my instinct was spot on to do that. A lot of time you can replace. So, a lot of time you can replace your final TP, like right as you're about to hit it, delete it, put a trailing stop underneath it, right as you're about to hit your final TP, and instead of having that final TP get hit, just let it run, right? That's what I was almost about to do. And, to be honest, my instinct was right, but I'm just getting better, so I didn't need to do that. But yeah, TP3, what I could have done, that's not a good trade. That's a great trade. Thanks, bro. But yeah, my instinct was spot on, and I should have, I don't even know what you would call it, like, let's go, Haney! Woo! Legend, bro. Dude, that's awesome. So yeah, my instinct was spot on that I could just replace final TP with So yeah, my instinct was spot on with this. Like I was gonna replace the final TP with that with a trailing stop at the very end, right as we were about to hit it. And if I did that, you can see how much more we would have gotten, right? And so this is something I'm gonna start including in my back testing, is like replacing your final TP with the trailing stop, because then you can see I would have got this whole extra move, and I'd probably take profit like right now, right? So yeah, I should have probably done that, but my instinct was spot on, but I just wanted to follow my trading plan because I think it is important to follow a plan. If I had planned it out where I planned it out to do this, if I, like, at the beginning of the trade, if I'd planned it out to replace final TP with trailing stop at the very beginning, then I would have done that. But I just didn't have that plan to do that from the very beginning. And in the future, going into future trades, when I make a trade plan, right, I need to include this in the plan so that way, you know, I can do it as part of my plan and not just say, oh, I just made it on a spontaneous decision, right? But I do think my instinct was spot on to replace this with trailing. So I took 1-1 because it's No News Monday. Yeah, you got to be defensive on No News Mondays, guys. You got to be incredibly defensive because It's very hard to trade No News Mondays. I only took it because we inverse first present for value gap. Let's go. Let's go, Haney. I gotta plug this in. See, I don't know where to plug this in. Is the thing. Because there's no spot to plug it in. Anyway, yeah. Very good trade today. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. No other accounts are open, but yeah, very clean trade today. I guess I'll just plug it in. There's nowhere to plug it in. Unless I want to turn off my light. Oh, I can do that. I can unplug the lighting here. And then replug it in here. Okay, I figured it out, guys. We got it. We got it. So yeah, my instinct to replace the final TP with a aggressive trailing stop was spot on, and then I would have let it run up to probably like here. But it's okay. It's really not a big deal. Just good to know for the future. Yeah, this is what I want. Alright. W. Very big W, bro. Very big W. Alright, we will be watching the market until 11:10 Eastern, so another 40 minutes of watching the market because it's part of my routine. I'm trying to make sure I watch the market for the full time that I'm supposed to, so we're just going to be chilling here until 11:10 Eastern, and yeah, just chilling, watching the market. I'm not almost certainly not taking another trade. Because, I'm very content with that one. But, I mean, if there was something perfect, maybe. But it's a No News Monday. You want to be aggressive on days that are not, like, No News Mondays, Man, it would have been nice, because I could have gotten close to passing this eval here if I left it to go run. Yeah, I know. Dodgy's probably cooking. But yeah. It would have been nice if I had just... if I could have left it to go run. But even if I did leave it to go run to that high... I'm not even going to lie. I'm not sure this account would have passed yet. So, I think it's okay. In all honesty. So, yeah. Yo, guys, just got here. What I missed? You missed a banger trade. This is my trade today. 3-minute inversion entry on a retrace. I call these the Jan entries because we left a really nice 3-minute BPR below, and I knew we were very likely to go retest that. So we retest that, and then TP1, TP2, TP3. This is the way I planned it out, right? If I go to the other screen. Like this. Boom. We had SMT below midnight with this accumulation range. SMT below midnight. So I knew we were probably going to expand. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Old FVG. Yeah. Guys, pay attention to this first presented for value gap because... So let's get rid of all this because this isn't relevant anymore, right? Pay attention to this first presented for value gap because here we have that first presented for value gap. Very likely we're going to back test this if we continue lower. Might have been, dude. There might have been. But very likely, if the market wants to go lower, you're going to see this first presented for value gap be rejected here and then continuation lower. And we also have 930 here as well. So, I need to start paying for StatMap again. Oh, look at how perfectly we hit this new day opening gap, bro. I didn't even see that. That's such a nice confluence for my trade. I didn't even know. That's kind of funny. But that's such a nice confluence for my trade. You guys see that? That new day opening gap here? See how perfectly we respond to it? And it's right at the tippy top of the BPR here. That was a nice confluence for my trade. I didn't even realize that, dude. Hopefully that makes sense, right? I was entering on the retrace to that BPR. So once again, right? Accumulation, manipulation below midnight. We inverse this 3-minute gap. So when we inverse this gap, you can normally enter just right here, according to Dodgy Strategy. Stop loss goes here. I know from screen time that we'll inverse these gaps. If we leave a clean BPR below, we're going to go tap that. So, a lot of time, I just don't want to have to deal with the risk of drawdown because, I'm very picky, right? So, I don't want to necessarily just take whatever. But I'm like, if we do retrace the BPR, in that case, then I will enter. And so, I entered on a retrace to the BPR. And you can see that the new day opening gap was perfectly at the top of the BPR. And that was an amazing confluence for the trade. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize. Very sick. But like I just said, guys, you see that first presented for value gap, right? You see how we come back up into it, resist it, and now we're expanding lower. And this was also 930, right? 930 was right here. So we have 930 and the first presented for value gap. We're back testing them. So I do think we'll probably go run these low resistance lows. If I had to pick a side right now, because we did just inverse this 3-minute. And we're rejecting this time level here. See how we reject this time level with this first presented for value gap? Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna just run right through these lows here. and cut right through. You see how it's like perfect? We go to the top of that first presented for value gap, then we go to the bottom of that first presented for value gap. The trade I took, it was on 3 of my fundeds. I'm slowly trying to rescale back into my fundeds, so I'm smart about it and don't lose my fundeds. One of it was on eval, so now I have an eval that's 2/3 of the way to passing, so that's sick. But yeah, I was on 3 fundeds, 1 eval. And I do like 1,200 risks per eval, but I only do 1 eval at a time. So I do 1 eval at a time, but it's because they're cheap and I don't care if they blow or pass. I just, I want to cycle through them so I can get to the funded stage, so that way I can, I can go dial the risk back like 6x. Like I can, once I get funded, then I dial the risk back 6x, because like I'm super conservative once I get funded. You have those accounts for life. Why would I go aggressive on the risk on a funded when I literally have that account for my entire life? I'm going to dial the risk back like crazy. But for the eval phase, the accounts are relatively cheap. Like if I can get them for 16 or 30 bucks. So I'm going to trade one at a time and put the risk on full blast. So that way, like even if I blow it, then I just move on to the next one. It's like, okay, who cares, right? It's an eval for 16 bucks. And then once I pass the next one, it's like, great, now I have another funded account. So we're watching this. Looks like we're testing the bottom of that first presented for value gap again. I think most likely we're going to run down lower. I live stream every day the same time. Every single day. Every single day. I need to put it in my bio, because I don't think it's in my bio. But my live streams are every single day, same time, same place. 9:15 Eastern to 11:10 Eastern. And I'm just ideally being super consistent with that. Yeah, this is very much consolidation, guys. There's not much opportunity within here. Just being realistic. Yeah. Where's the screen am I showing? Okay. Sheesh, so many chops. Yeah, like I'm not trading this. I might actually even close out my trade of it, dude. I don't even think like I want to even have it open. It's too tempting. I'm probably just gonna close it out. Okay, closing out trade of it. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe this first presented for this is where you have to just, you can't always. You can't always like. This is why I would never enter a trade off for this, because it's just like, well, maybe I could if there was additional confluences, but you have to be able to play things by ear. I wonder how many people are watching, if anyone. There's 8. That's crazy. There's 8 people watching. That's a lot. So yeah, guys, I'm almost certainly not taking another trade. Like, I just closed trade of 8. But we are watching, we are locked in, just observing price for what it is. We did sweep out this high. We did inverse this fair value gap on the 5-minute. I think it's likely that we run down at least to this low here, right? I'm watching how we inverse this 5-minute after sweeping the high. So sweep this high. Honestly, let's get rid of everything because we don't need all this on our chart. We have 15-minute fair value gap here. So dragging that over. So we are delivering from a fair value gap. We swept out this high. Now we have a 5-minute BPR. I didn't make it to bed until 5:30 yesterday morning. I may have been more tired than you. 5:30 yesterday morning? So you've gotten like 2 hours of sleep? That's crazy. How much hours of sleep did you get? Okay, we're watching this 5-minute BPR. Right? You see these overlapping bullish and bearish value gaps. How are we going to respond to this? Because we did inverse this fair value gap. So now I'm looking at this BPR. Or how are we going to respond to this BPR? The only reason I'm not sure is because it looks like a higher time frame buy model. So it's possible with these low resistance highs that we actually inverse this back to the upside and we run through these highs. So that's why I was more willing to take the one to the upside than the one to the downside, because I think that we got a lot more low resistance highs above right now. So actually a good trade might actually be if we re-inverse this back to the upside. Like, I almost am considering, like, are we going to actually, like, what's the drawn liquidity, right? The drawn liquidity is probably this consolidation here. So I'm almost considering, like, if we re-inverse this back to the upside, then maybe we want to look at how do we go run up to these highs if we re-inverse to the upside, right? This actually could be a good trade. I'm done for the day. I'm not going to take this, but I'm observing. Tape reading, you could say, right? Tape reading. Especially because it's not an obvious sweep. Like, I just want to be super conservative, but I think if we inverse this, we could go run up to this consolidation, possibly. Decent looking inverse for value gap. Once again, we inverse this lower, but what's the drawn liquidity? Right now, we're in a higher time frame buy model. We swept out Asia's lows during London, so I'm expecting New York to continue. Look at this. Asia consolidated, London manipulated, so I'm expecting New York to continue. So because of that, I'm not taking this inverse to the downside. I'm more open to take this inverse to the upside. That's crazy. Did you actually say hi to them? So yeah, PM's highs very likely could be the draw. Once again, look how perfectly we test this 5-minute CISD here. Do you see how the market's running on this, dude? Like, clearly the market's running on this. How do you not, like, perfectly tap that and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just too perfect. It's too perfect. Market perfectly taps CSD, right? Perfectly taps it. So now we measure out the standard deviations. Okay, first one, second one, third one. You might even want to measure CISD like this in this case. You can see that's a little bit more accurate. First, second, third, fourth lining up above PM, right? So I'm looking at PM as the draw. We're looking at, in my opinion, we're looking at PM as the draw. So there's purple, PM. So yeah, like I said, this is a nice trade. I'm done for the day because I already took a good trade, but I am observing that maybe you could take this 5-minute inversion. The only thing I don't like about it is, we don't have a clear sweep, right? We sweep out this body and that's it. But other than that, as far as being in a higher time frame model, that's decent, right? We sweep out Asia's lows. We actually get SMT here. Wow, this is a very clear buy model. Whoa. Yeah. Look at how clean this is. This goes to show if you're wrong, it's literally just you, bro. If you're wrong, like, you messed up. I don't care if anyone else says differently. If you're wrong in trading, it's because you messed up. That is my 100% belief. Like, because look at how perfect these markets are, right? S&T with London's lows, 5-minute change to delivery, we go perfectly there. And now, expansion to the fourth standard deviation of the model. I mean, genuinely, if you're wrong, it's you. Like, other people are going to tell you, oh, you just, play flow. Like, no, bro. Like, this is perfect. Market is perfect. If you mess up, in my opinion, look how perfect these markets are. Accumulation, manipulation with S&T. And then, boom. Distribution. Yo, Medbach, dude, what's up? Why is the lighting like this, dude? I already took my trade for the day. I'm not taking this. This is not the trade I'm taking. Right? Don't think I'm taking this trade right now. I'm mostly just tape reading this, but I'm not taking this because I already took a trade for the day, and second, not an obvious sweep. I don't need to take it. You don't have to just believe. Like, you gotta trust your own instincts. If you disagree with me with confidence. You can't just, you gotta have confidence in your own self, because how else are you gonna be able to take trades? If you're in a sell, that's okay. Like, you just gotta say, I have conviction. Like, it's all about, confidence in yourself. But once again, I'm not in this because, one, I already took a trade for the day, and two, this is not an obvious sweep of a low. So, I don't like that. But I am noting that we inverse this for value gap here. I'm noting it, noting that we're part of a higher time frame model, right? I like this marking out the CISD like this. Oh, I didn't even see that. There's an SMT with YM. I didn't even see that. Look how perfectly we hit that third standard deviation. Very cool. So, only thing left that I'm wondering is, did we have a key level here? Like, was there a... This is a 5-minute change state delivery, so I want to see a 1 hour key level. So I'm curious if there was an hourly key level. Let's pop on the hour. Oh yeah, dude. Super obvious rejection block. Look at how obvious this rejection block is, right? We sweep the rejection block on S&P, and on NASDAQ, we don't sweep the rejection block. Dude, this is really clean model here. Very clean higher time frame model. So check this out. Accumulation, SMT in the rejection block. Manipulation, so SMT, accumulation, manipulation, and then we have another accumulation, another manipulation, and so this is distribution, right? From when we tap the CISD, actually from when we get the CISD close to when we hit the fourth standard deviation, this is all distributed. Actually, I don't know, you can mark either as distribution. You see this? Yep, that's what I'm thinking. And we inverse this 5-minute gap here. So anyway, 5-minute change state. So like I said, I'm tape reading this 5-minute inversion. I'm not taking it, but I'm noting that we inverse this 5-minute in line with my higher time frame idea here. So I'm observing it, right? If I was to take this 5-minute inversion, which I'm not, right? I'm not taking this 5-minute inversion. Why? Because 1, I already finished my trade for the day. I'm done. 2, sweep could be better. I would I'm very picky when it comes to trades, and there could be a better sweep. I'm just being realistic. There's not really a sweep. There's a sweep of the bodies, but there's not really an actual sweep. But what is good about this is it's within a higher time frame model. So, yeah, like I said, I'm very picky. But yeah, the way I would probably take this, if I had to take this, like if I was said, you have to take this, is I'd take it like this. Stop either at this low or in between that and that. I'd probably put it there. And then you could go target PM. You can go break even and TP1 at this high. Like this. So you go break even and TP1. So this is how I would consider taking this, right? TP1 and break even. People who top and bottom tick will off enter that 1 hour rejection block. Yup, right here. But yeah, TP1 and break even. And then I'd probably go TP2 in the middle of this consolidation, like here, and then I probably go TP2 trail. So if I was to take this, right? I'm just saying how I would take it. And then instead of targeting actually PM, I would take profit at the end of this body here. So I'd go TP3 here. And then that would be all off. Yeah, very possibly. So yeah, I could have taken this. I could have made more money, but I'm just trying to be conservative right now. And yeah, anyway, looks like we are going to go hit that. TP3. So yeah, this is how I would take this trade if I had to take it, if I had to. Not saying I would, but yeah, I'm gonna go walk around. We have 13 more minutes of the live stream. We are in the 850 to 910 macro, so. So yeah, 13 more minutes. Watching this for 13 more minutes. Dang, there's 6 of you still watching. That's crazy. Yeah, watching this for 13 more minutes. Yeah, like I said, I'm personally not taking this. I am not taking this. But if I had to take this, right? If I had to, this is how I would do it. So I would already be at break even now, which would be nice. Alright, that's a fire trade, dude. Even if I know I wasn't taking that, but for the future, it's good to know that this was a very good trade. So but it's in line with our higher time frame model that we just framed, right? Accumulation, manipulation below this low, 5-minute change of state delivery, inducement into the change of state delivery. So inducement, like that. Inducement below this low into the change of state. So accumulation, manipulation, first standard deviation hit. Yeah. Markets are so cool, bro. Like, this is perfect, dude. I mean, SMT, once again, remember we had SMT below midnight? So once again, SMT below midnight. Here's midnight. So there's midnight. You can see we get higher high on yeah. Dang, that would have been a nice trade. That would have been a nice trade. It's okay. It's okay. I'm very conservative. I'm okay with not taking a trade if I'm, you know. I'd rather. I'm just trying to be consistent right now. I'm not worried about getting necessarily 2 trades a day. It's okay. But this was a nice trade. Dang, bro. Dang. This is so cool. Oh my, dude. I'm gonna screenshot this, put it in my notes. So, what is the date? July 14th? Yeah, I just gotta be happy with a win, man. And we move on to tomorrow. Let's go. July 14th, 2025, Monday. Market maker model. Let's go. Market maker buy model. I'm going to re-screenshot it because we just hit that TP on that trade, that final TP. And that's just so cool. Bro. Like, this is so sick. Let's resave this market maker buy model. Alright. Same. If I left my on 1 to 2R, I would have won, but 1 to 1 is still good for this kind of market today. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's the mindset. We're not looking to make $1 billion in a single day. It's a long game. But yeah, this would have been nice. You can see none of my trailing stops would get hit. And all my TPs would get hit, so. And then PM just got hit too. You can press Windows Shift S. That's true. I always forget. Windows Shift S. I need to remember that. Thank you. There's a reason why I don't do that though, I think. Oh, if I do Windows Shift S, it screenshots it, but does it still copy it to my clipboard? I'll experiment with it. Not a big deal. I'll figure it out later. Cause like I'm down to use Windows. I want to use Windows Shift S as long as it still copies it. Like how when you do a screenshot, it'll let you, do Control V, and then paste it. As long as it still lets me do Control V, then I'm cool with that. Okay, all right then. Yeah, sick. Thanks, bro. All right, 5 more minutes. Dude, this buy model just hit that terminus. The market maker model has hit the terminus, everyone. We hit our fourth standard deviation. Honestly, yeah, this is where when you see that fourth standard deviation get hit, market's done its job, bro. You better just go get some lunch or something, because the market's done. Like, the market hits this fourth standard deviation, it's like, okay, market's done. Market hit terminus, market's done. Like, fourth standard deviation, PM high got hit. Like, I'm gonna go get some lunch, 4 minutes left. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna get anything else. Yeah. But very good day. Very chill day. And my dad just texted me too. Hey, I got a sub. Let's go. Yeah, dude. There's nothing else. Yeah, no problem, Snowman. I don't know what I did, but I'm glad if I helped you. I'm glad. I'm glad if I helped you. But yeah, yeah, we're just gonna keep getting better every day. Keep locking in. Like I said, I'm not like once this hits fourth standard deviation, I don't do anything. Like I'm so done. Like, yeah, we'll probably retrace because we hit that fourth standard deviation. So like, do I think like I think when you hit that fourth standard deviation, most of the time you're gonna get a retracement. So there's nothing else. You saved my eval. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, bro. I'm so glad. But yeah, like I would end the stream, but I'm trying to make a thing where I don't end the stream until 11:10 Eastern. So I got 3 minutes. So I'll probably just go downstairs, get some water, and come back up, and I'll be 11:10. 2 more minutes. I'm green today instead of red. Of 243, so close to passing. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm so proud of you, bro. That's awesome. Alright, is it 11:10? It is. Alright. Yeah, I was just getting some water. So, it's 11:10. I'm going to end the stream here, as always, because 11:10 is the time that I end. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, let me know how I can improve these streams, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.